What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to High School Never Ends, a pop punk dad podcast. I am Wingman Steve.
And I'm Chris183.
Hey, Chris, we are looking back to 2004. I can't believe that was 20 years ago, and we have a doozy that we're going to talk about today. Before we get into it, quick shout out to our patrons, Nick, Sam, Jason, Steve, Ashley, and Punkish Dad. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll let you intro the album, Chris.
Yeah. So I think there is one word that comes into my head when we get to this album. And
amazing.
I'm going to see if you're a mind reader, Steve. What is the one word that comes into my head? And it's abstract. I'm going to give you a hint. It's abstract to a point, but it does apply.
Amazing.
Incorrect. You get one more guess.
Maybe you would say juvenile.
No, we talked about juvenile on the last album or in the last episode.
Yeah, got him on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
What is the word?
The word is titular. And the reason that is titular is that the name of our show is High School Never Ends. Now, you'll see the correlation here in 1 second. It has taken us literally, 4 years? Maybe 5?
Yeah,
how long have we been doing this?
It's coming up on 5.
It has, for some reason, as much as I have fought for it and Steve has gatekeeped against it.
Oh, sure.
We have not been able to do... I'm sorry. It's funny. We have not been able to do an album by this band to date, but today that all changes. Ladies and gentlemen, it took us to do the mini series 20 years later, 24, to finally get to the band Bowling for Soup. And today we're going to cover the album from 2004, A Hangover You Don't Deserve. And Steve, to help us do that, we brought in a guest, didn't we?
We did. Actually, every time I go to a concert, I tend to just bump into him, whether I know he's going to be there or not, in the parking lot, in the show. And not the last one, but a couple ago, I went to a Bowling for Soup show by myself, didn't know he was going to be there, ran into him at the bar, and then we hung out all night. Tim, he joined us from a brand new episode a long time ago. Tim, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being my concert buddy when I go solo. It's always appreciated to have somebody to cheers and sing with.
Oh, yes. Very much so.
So, as Chris mentioned, our show is, High School Never Ends is a Bowling for Soup song. So not named after, but it driven in inspiration by. And we did chat a little Bowling for Soup. We had Rob Felicetti on, but we have never had a deep dive discussion on a Bowling for Soup album. So, of course, we picked the one that has 17 tracks. Guys, I hope you're in for a marathon.
Who did we have on the show?
Rob Felicetti.
Was I on the show?
You were on the show, yes. He's in Bowling for Soup. He wasn't an original member. He was not on this record, but he is a current touring and recording member of Bowling for Soup.
Why didn't you tell me that? I thought it was just your buddy.
The episode was called Bowling for Rob.
I mean, that could just be a play on words, just a funny thing.
It is.
But here we are. It's about time. Let's talk about our Bowling for Soup fandom, if you will. And I don't know, Chris, since we've never discussed that, I don't know what yours is. But let's start with Tim. Are you an old school fan? Like, what are your overall thoughts on Bowling for Soup?
Oh, yeah. High school, 2002, 2003, I think. I don't know. One of the first songs I got from them was Punk Rock 101. I think that was the album before A Hangover.
That was a good one. I feel like that one wasn't on an album. I think that was a single. I don't know where it ended up on an album.
I forget I can't even remember what the album was called before this one. Drunk Dancing or Dancing Drunk or something like that.
Drunk Enough to Dance. And then this is The Hangover You Don't Deserve. So very good follow-up naming title.
That's fair. I never realized that. Yeah.
These guys put out a shitload of records between 1994 and 2022. Would you say that you're a fan enough that you've heard all of them, or here and there?
I mean, it's a lot of Bowling for Soup to listen to. I can't say I've heard all of them, but I've heard most of them.
And Chris, what about you?
Some of them, not most of them.
Oh, I meant the bigger question on are you a fan of the band?
That's the answer to the question is some of them, not most of them. That's the answer. I've listened to some of them, not most of them. And that's interesting because I thoroughly enjoy everything that I've heard in terms of some of them. So I'm not sure why I never expanded on most of them. You act like, I mean, not you act. You would think that I would, because when you like a couple songs by a band, normally the normal human being then goes and does the next step and goes to listen to more, correct?
The normal human being would take a
Yep.
path such as that.
Yep.
When you
Yep.
take a bite of a good, what do you guys like over where you live? Cheesesteaks. When you take a bite of a good cheesesteak, generally you take another bite, right?
Very quickly, yes.
Can't eat
They're the
one
same
chip.
thing. Mhm. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I never really got beyond the handful, let's say a half dozen songs that I thoroughly enjoyed by them. I guess time is just what it is, and you kind of anchor yourself to the things you like. And there's just some things in life in terms of music that you're okay with being a fringe fan. You're okay with it. You're okay with listening to it to the radio. You have fun with it, but it's not really on your mind to look for more. So that's kind of where I'm at.
We hate time. Make it stop. When did Motley
Mhm.
Crue become classic rock?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Touche.
So considering that these guys have literally put their first album in 1994, I unfortunately can't say that I have been there like from the beginning, but I think it was, when Drunk Enough to Dance came out and Girl All the Bad Guys Want, the first time I heard that song, I thought that song was fucking amazing. Like the hook to it, the chorus to it. I love that track. And I bought the album and I went to see him, like, I guess the next year at Warped Tour, and they were on like a side stage. They didn't have like a huge stage. So there wasn't like a huge crowd. I was like right up there. And I mean, these guys were just funny. I mean, Jarrett Reddick with his silly pushed up hair, and they have the big dude who does the dancing and he like throws his picks and like wiggles around. And they were so just entertaining. And then, when Hangover Don't Deserve came out, I probably got that right away. And then all the ones after that, I've probably listened to here and there, or I listened to some of the songs, but not necessarily like as deep as those two albums. So overall, like I consider myself a decent Bowling for Soup fan. I think I've seen them like 6 times. Tim, we just saw him. It was last year in Philly. And I think anytime that they come around, I'm willing to be like, am I available that evening? I'd want to see them. And even some of the newer stuff that they're very big into wrestling. They wrote a song about, what's her name? Alexa Bliss, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did.
So I feel like
I think I
you should have
remember
a
that.
kinship.
I remember that one. Yes, that was a couple years ago, though, right?
Yeah, it was a few years back, but she was in the video. I don't know. I just find that like, all right, there are people that are like punk rock elitists, right? I know some people like this in my life, and they think that like Bowling for Soup sucks because they're like stupid and they're, just the chewy bubblegum pop punk. And you know what? Like for people that are like that, like, all right, you can sit on that opinion and put it in your pocket. But honestly, like this is a band that has been putting out music for like 30 years and they're just like having fun. They don't take themselves too seriously. They like to have some beers. They like to interact with the crowd. They crack jokes. They have serious songs. They have stupid songs, but they make like really fucking catchy songs. And I think that's why I've liked Bowling for Soup for as long as I did. And this album has all of that.
What if you do like to take yourself seriously though, and what if you do not like to have fun? Then what?
Then you're that guy from Live. Kowalczyk.
You got me twice in this episode. I don't think I've laughed at your stuff this much in one episode before. I can't. What's going on here?
Did you have a gummy before you hopped on?
No, I didn't. I actually drove from Ohio today. I was in Ohio, and that is interesting.
There's nothing wrong with Ohio except the snow and the rain.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Ruin my segues ahead of the.
I'm sharp.
I can't use that now. I can't use it. It's gone.
I'm too sharp.
That's not the way a show is built, though. When you do that, like you. Okay, so what about overall thoughts? Are we gonna wait on that until we get to the songs?
What would you like to do? Overall thoughts later?
Yeah, I mean, we could actually. I think Tim, you were saying something. Go ahead.
I was going to say you could have segued into I really love Drew Carey and you want to see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
We got to save
I-
something for later.
Okay, so I was in Parma, so I very well could have seen where Drew Carey would have been, I guess, and he's not there anymore.
Oh
But
wow. Okay.
I don't think he is there anymore.
Is that
Maybe
where the show is?
that's where it's supposed to take place, Parma,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
from what I understand.
Cool.
I really never watched Drew Carey, to
No.
tell you the truth. Like
No.
I don't think I watched one episode of that show. But yeah, that's where I came from today. So it was a lot of fun, kind of thinking about how I was going to talk to this. But yeah, I mean, look, I'll just give just a brief, like 10-second overall thoughts, just like Steve did. I think you're right, though. This is bubblegum pop punk, but the one thing I can say, and look, my opinions on bubblegum pop punk vary band to band. Some of them I think do a really good job. I think it's because the melodies just click with my brain. Others don't. But I think, these guys, your point about them being funny, I think they're clever. I think they're funny. And I think that you put that in with the fact that they can make a good song. They can make a good song that sounds fun, that sounds good. Any kind of melody that you can think about, want to go back to, sing along with, that's a good song. Maybe not in every circumstance, maybe not in every facet of your life. I mean, sometimes you want to listen to Ben Folds, sometimes you want to listen to Live, sometimes you want to listen to Everybody Hurts by REM, right? Just
I
depends.
knew that was coming.
You knew it was coming. I actually just thought of that now, but our minds are connected after 4 years of doing this, Steve. But that's what I think about this. So I think that there's definitely a lot of positives to this band. And I do agree, though. They are the bubble gummy-est of pop punk.
Yeah, them and the Simple Plans, and that's okay. Love both the bands. Did we buy this? I bought this record when it first came out. Tim, Chris, did you guys get into it right away, or is it more recent?
Go ahead, Tim.
No, I didn't buy the album back then. No, I didn't.
That sounds coded for like somebody gave it to him burned on a CD, but he doesn't want to say it out loud.
Oh no, I got the songs separately on a CD. I'm sure at some point, but not all together at once.
Yeah. I think it was on Kazaa or something with half of a song somewhere.
Well, they didn't need your
man.
album sales. They sold 500,000 copies of this record. It was certified gold. And one thing about Bowling for Soup is that, at least back then, in the pop punk heyday that was 04-ish, they did have some commercial success. I mean, Girl All the Bad Guys Want was before this. That was nominated for a Grammy. This album got to 37 on the Billboard 200, which came out September 14th, 2004. It was produced by Butch Walker, actually, and some others on Jive Records. And, they had they had not lots, several songs that hit mainstream radio. So Girl All the Bad Guys Want, 1985, and Almost, I would say were probably played pretty often on a lot of radio stations. So while the average person might not know the name of the band, I think a lot of people do know Bowling for Soup.
I would agree with that.
No, I did play it. Now, this is a pop punk dad podcast, and it's been a while. Well, actually it hasn't, but here and there we talk about our kids' reactions to this type of music. So I played 2 songs in the car with my daughter just right now because I went to go pick her up from dance and brought her home so I could be ready on time for this episode. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because I was being a good pop punk dad and picked up my daughter. So there you go. Now, the point is, I got a stoned face when I put this on. Not even a head bob, nothing. Just pay attention to her phone, maybe hit a Snapchat or two, but not even a reaction. Steve, does your daughter like this band?
She really liked 1985. She had like a 2-week period. It was probably a year or two ago where for like 2 weeks, she really liked it and listened to it like a whole bunch of times. And she didn't say anything when I was playing it in the car today. Nothing really positive or negative, but I feel fine playing it. There's a couple of curse words, but other than that,
Ass.
There's a couple of fucks too.
Ass is the big one though.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. My daughter's
Yeah.
9. She can handle that.
Yeah, I guess. So, with that said, anything else on overall thoughts on the band or buying the CD? I didn't buy it. I told you that, but anything else there?
Tim, anything else from you?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay, so this is where we play a little bit of a game, and Tim, this game is a very fun game. This is the one that, even though the rank in it is what moves the mountains, that's what stirs the drink on the show. This is the game that all of the people generally tune in for, and then go take a break for a minute because it's that good. It's that
Right.
good, and I just want you to know that before you get into it because it's that important. So this game's called Guess the Top 5 Songs on Spotify that I'm looking at right now in terms of streams on my screen, despite what Steve says is above or below my rankings. So that's the game. So how you play this game, it's very simple. You guys go back and forth and you try to guess the top 5 songs that I'm looking at right now on my screen, despite what Steve says, whether it's higher or lower. And you
boy.
get 3 strikes between the two of you. This is also not just this band or this. I'm sorry. Yes, it is just this band, but it's not just this album.
This
yes,
is
it's
the
every
longest
band.
description for a game I've ever heard.
Do you not want me to explain the rules to our guests? Because
Say we got to figure out the top 5 songs on Spotify.
Yeah, there it is.
Easy.
Whew.
This is not your game. This is mine. All right, because you have to be a sassy pants, Steve. I'm going to let Tim go first. Tim, you get to guess the one of the top 5 songs. You get to go first in the top 5 songs for Bowling for Soup. Just choose one.
I'm gonna go with Ohio.
That is unfortunately is strike 1. That is not
What?
on the top 5 list in terms of streams.
I'm sorry, Steve.
So that's
It's okay.
strike 1. You got 2 strikes left.
I'll take the easy one, 1985.
That is number 1 with 359 million streams. I'm rounding up, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
Thank you for rounding.
Okay. So you got number 1.
So I gotta go. Girl, the bad guys want.
That is number 2. That is number 2 with 107 million streams, not just 107.
Yeah, I think that Almost is going to be up there too.
Yeah.
Almost is number 5.
Almost is 5.
Almost
Okay.
is number 5 with 69 million streams.
So we got
So
2
you
left.
need
Tim.
3. You get 3 and 4, and you got 2 strikes. People at home, you can play too.
Oh man, I can't think of the names of the songs. That's the issue. I don't know, man. I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know. Punk Rock 101. I'll go with that. I know it's
That
not.
is unfortunately strike 2. Good guess, but strike 2.
Yeah.
High School Never Ends. Pop Punk Dad podcast.
Dude, if you didn't get that, I was gonna jump out this window. It's not even a big window. I'm gonna jump out it. Yes, that's number
I was waiting
3.
for it.
108 million streams. So now you just have one more and one more strike.
Great.
One more and one more strike, and it's all on you, Tim.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't even.
Can I give you a hint?
Yeah, sure.
It's a cover.
Oh my God, Stacy's Mom.
You got it. Ding, 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 ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding. You guys did well, right? So that one had 86 million streams. This might be the first time that we've ever won this game. Good job, guys. You did
What do we
it.
get?
Wow.
What do we get?
You get tickets to a future Bowling for Soup show in the future.
We do? From you? Thank you.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
telling
Tim, we're going
if
to go
you-
see Bowling for Soup on Chris.
At the
Score.
TBD to be determined time.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I
There
love
you
it.
go.
Good game. That was fun. You guys want to get into this album? We have 17
do.
tracks.
We do. Wow, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yikes.
17. We'll
All
keep
right,
it
kick us
keep it
off.
somewhat brief. Almost. Okay, I'll kick it off. The concept of all the almosts in this song is fantastic. It's so catchy. It's so fun. It's the perfect song to kick off the album. I mean, like with a lyric like but lost to a slut with much bigger breastus. Like how could you possibly go wrong? Like, you know what you're getting here. The funny, don't take yourself too seriously, bowling for soup. The verses very fast paced, a little bit of a slower chorus, but this guitar lick that just repeats throughout. Really great harmonies in the background of the chorus, and there's an exploding part where I call it exploding. When he says, "I tore it all up and then I threw it away," and it just gets all big and explodes. I think Almost is a fantastic first song. Overall song, Almost is great.
Tim?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to do better than that. I mean, me and Steve are probably going to agree on a lot of the same things and have the same thoughts. I mean, I agree too. I think it's a great song. I think it's a catchy song. I love the outlandish ways he portrays the girls going and running away or getting away or something like that. I like it.
I like how he was probably sitting there thinking, what rhymes with Texas? Texas, guys, what can I get to rhyme with Texas?
And like seven Miller Lights in, how about breastus?
Yeah.
That's just, it's genius. Like, to me, like, that's exactly what it's all about right there. But I think this is a fine song. It's good. It's a good opening track. I don't know if I would agree that it's great. There's some funny stuff on here. We just talked about one. I think that kind of goes along with the initial thought process that I already kind of put out there, with the fact that I agree with a lot of their cleverness, and I think it's well done. They have that pop melody going here for sure. That bouncy, bouncy, bouncy pop melody that gets in your ear. And Jarrett's voice. So, I think that's worth talking about just for a couple seconds here. He has that high pitched voice. And historically, I'm not into that as much. There's other bands and I'm like, man, I wish they wouldn't wish it wouldn't always be like that. But for some reason I can tolerate. I like it. I don't know why. Like this works for me. Jarrett just seems better at doing it and I'm into it. So the other thing about that is, and this is more of an overarching theme, so we'll talk about this in multiple songs. I think they do a really good job with their storytelling in their songs. So even though they're simplistic stories, I like the way that they kind of write these stories and make them interesting to listen to. So not every song is like that. It's not always the same. But some other bands, like they don't care about that. It's not a story they're telling. It's just a song about something in one particular theme. This a lot of times brings you from the beginning, middle, and the end. And I think that's kind of interesting. And this song does that because it talks about the journey of this individual. So I'm into that. I think it's a decent song, not my tops.
All right, Tim, why don't you talk about some trucker hats?
Yeah, go for it.
So I enjoy the concept of this album or this song. The first verse is comparing his trucker hat to the girl, and then the second verse is something about the cargo pants and the girl. I enjoy the concept of comparing clothing to a girl and how the trucker hat does this and the girl does that, and they do the same thing, and you remind me of my trucker hat. I just kind of enjoyed that.
You like trucker hats, Steve?
I think you like trucker hats.
Can't wear trucker hats.
No,
I get the netting in the back. I'll get the burn on my head.
I don't like trucker hats because like I don't have like a real big head, so usually trucker hats are just too big on me. So I can't really wear them in style like Bowling for Soup can.
I would wear a trucker hat with a bent brim, which the way I believe you're supposed to wear them, right? You bend it.
Curve, yeah.
Curved to the side and up a little bit. And I thought that was the right way to do it because that's what all my favorite Mark Hoppuses and Tom DeLonge
your new metal heroes did.
Easy. It wasn't new metal. No, but Fred Durst wore his hat backwards.
That's what I was thinking.
So get out of here with that. You try to tear me down?
No.
I got you.
Oh,
I caught you. I caught you.
I'm not tearing anybody down.
Well, yes, I had a couple of them, and I believe I still do. No, they don't look as appropriate on me anymore. At my age, that looks kind of dumb. I'll still wear them anyway because I like to just kind of troll people. But with trucker hat idea. But I'll tell you what, like this song, first of all, it has too many ooh ahs and claps. So sorry down the drain with that. However, it does redeem itself with a really nice chorus. I kind of like that chorus tune a lot. So I think that's what I'm into there. And I like the idea of the song too. It's a love song about a trucker hat. And how can you get better than that, I guess? And I just rhymed, which means I'm pretty much a songwriter now.
You are. You know, it's he's talking about his comfort item, but it's also a metaphor for the perfect girl. So very good, you know, putting these concepts together. I really like the pre-chorus here, the chorus as well. I like the claps in the background. There are keyboards in the background. Overall, this is just a fun tune. I think it's a good one here at number 2. Good spot for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't he also talk about parachute pants and stuff like that though?
He does mention parachute pants. Yep.
So maybe it's not just about the trucker hat.
Well, he said this is the verse about the parachute pants. So
I like that one better.
A piece of it.
I appreciated people that wear parachute pants more than the trucker hats, to be honest with you.
I don't think I've ever thought about or compared the two.
Well, that's okay. That's why we're here to talk about it. This is a discussion. We can have a discussion. We're talking about it. Yeah. And speaking of discussion topics, this one I feel like is going to be pretty across the board. Weirdly enough, it's my turn to start. Ladies and gentlemen, is this their biggest hit of all time? Is this their biggest hit of all time, bar none? Do you agree or disagree?
I'd have to agree.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, so the question to you is then, and to all of you out there that are listening, why is this their biggest song? Is it because of the just super infectious melody that it brings to the table, that no matter where you are or what you're doing, you drop everything to listen or sing along? Is it because it's easy to sing along to? Is it because when it hit right at the right time with a lot of people that were nostalgic for 1985? And what's interesting is that our generation, Steve, Tim, you might be, well, Steve's a little bit younger than me. Tim, I don't know if you're a little bit younger than Steve or same age, but I was 5 years old. So it's not like I can really relate to this song. I guess even my mom's generation was too old to relate to this song because they were a little bit older than me in the 80s, I guess. So maybe it was that in between. And I'm not sure who that is. But it was still cool because we all remember the 80s. We all remember the things that were there. For us, it is still nostalgia. And is that the reason people connect with this song? So that's my question to all of you guys. So I'd like to hear from you on that. And of course, whatever other analysis that you have.
Tim, you go ahead.
I mean, I connect with this song. My brother was born in 84. I was born in 87. But for the most part, you know, we grew up in a middle-class family. And just because it was the 90s didn't mean that we didn't have a bunch of stuff from the 80s growing up still left over, you know what I mean? Like maybe hand-me-down toys or stuff like that, and cars, and our parents talking about stories with friends and their friends and everything like that. So I think it's kind of all the above, Chris. I think it just hits, for me, nostalgia 100%, because you can remember those times. Like, it was a simpler time. It's not like now seems kind of chaotic. So it almost seems like at peace, kind of like homey feeling, you know what I mean? But yeah, other than that, it's got to be one of the catchiest songs you've ever heard, hands down.
I think even if you weren't alive and, you know, an adult or an adolescent in 1985, there's just so many pop culture references in here that even someone in the 90s would certainly understand, because Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, Nirvana, U2, Blondie, MTV, all these things are relevant when we're teenagers in the 90s. Then he's hitting, you know, he starts hitting the John Hughes movies, talking about Wham, Limp Bizkit, Duran Duran. Like, there's just so much. And then he makes it a little, you know, more current about the Osbournes. There's just so much pop culture with this total earworm of a melody with the ooh, ooh, oohs in the background. I mean, how could you not just enjoy listening to this? And the funny thing is, it's not even their song; it's a cover song. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's not their song.
It's from SR-71, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listened to the
Excuse me?
original today, and I don't even know if I'd ever listened to the original. It's actually very close. He changed a few lyrics, and there's obviously differences in the vocal stylings, but overall, it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Hold on, I had no idea. You're kidding me, right? This is crazy. I didn't know that.
This is a cover song. Yeah, SR-71.
SR-71, like that's not Flavor of the Week, right? That's a different one.
That would be American Hi-Fi.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also sounds like this band, but
I saw them together, actually.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Why would they cover an SR-71 song? That's right here, not right. All here right now. Like that's SR-71, right?
Yeah, that's the
that
one.
one.
There are different conflicting stories. Some people say that Jarrett asked them if they could do it, and other people say that the song was brought to them and asked if they could cover it because they thought it would be good for their style. So I don't know what the real story is.
Yeah.
Now I want to go listen to their version and see if it's any good. Probably the same.
It's similar, but not as good as this, for sure.
Yeah,
actually,
it's
my
not as
daughter
good.
listened to it with me in the car today, and she's like, "No, I like the other one better."
Yeah.
What else? I don't know. I mean, just about the concept is about a girl who's nostalgic about the past. So it was funny. Jarrett on, I don't know, Facebook or Instagram somewhere, he made like a reversion of his song about whatever it was, like 2020, and it's somewhere on the internet. So go look it up. It was interesting, but I think no matter when you grew up, you can always get nostalgia. Like for us, it's like 2004, right? These are the times, these albums. But for this subject of the story, it was the middle 80s, and catchy fucking tune.
Go ahead, Tim. I have a point, but you can go first.
They did a 1999 version, not them, but somebody else for American Pie.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So 99 would be, that's American Pie. Is that 1 or 2?
I think it was 2.
Yeah, I think that's 2 because I remember 1 coming out. Yeah, okay. I have to listen to that. Was that on the soundtrack?
I don't know if it was on the soundtrack. I just know that they're talking about Stifler in the song. So
interesting.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Bowling for, it was somebody else, right?
Yeah, it was somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah. It was Cake.
No, it wasn't Cake. I know all of Cake's discography. It wasn't them.
Yes, you do. That's why I was testing you. But I'm going to challenge your thought there, because you said that people in the growing up, born in the 90s, that you still have nostalgia for the 80s. I don't know about that.
You don't think so?
No,
Did you say born in the 90s? Or I said grew up in the 90s.
Like if you were born in 1990, do you give a shit about the 80s at all?
I mean, if somebody, I'm sure the people that were born in 1990 have seen Spaceballs and the Goonies and, the Karate Kid and things like that.
Do they know Duran Duran? I mean,
But Duran Duran was still somewhat relevant in the 90s, is what I was saying.
Okay, but my kids, my younger ones were born in 2011. They don't know who the hell Crazy Town is. And that was from the early 2000s. We
also had the radio stations growing up when we were driving with our cars. We didn't have phones. So, I mean, you listen to what your mom listened to. So we had, 93.3, 94.1, eventually Y100, and then WMGK. So, I mean, I grew up listening to Motown and old metal and 80s music, regardless, like all the way up till, whenever I could get a cell phone and anything. Like not even the first iPod or Pad or iTunes, or not iTunes, iPod. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fair. It was what you were exposed to as a kid by your parents, and I get that. And a lot of parents were listening to those things because that's what they were nostalgic for, or that's what they liked. So I get it. Okay, there you go. I agree. See,
awesome. Turned you around.
Tim did his job. Yeah, turned me around, and I got happy after that. So, Steve, I think it's your turn to kick us off. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, so this is the first time we get a little bit of this like rap sing kind of delivery from Jarrett. It starts off, a little bit different. Overall, I think the song is pretty good. I really like the chorus. I think that maybe it would be a little more fitting as like a later album track rather than at number 4. There's one line that stands out to me big time, and it kind of like makes me feel the feels. The second time they do the chorus, they add some lines here, and he goes, "Go get your spark, go Go find your smile. And he goes, and just let it shine tonight wherever you are. For some reason, that line, when he says, just let it shine tonight wherever you are, that line like makes me happy. And it was a really good addition. You know, when they do, you know, bands will do like a simple chorus the first time and then they add, kind of double it, but change it a little the second time. So overall, I think it's a pretty good song. And that's the standout line for me.
Nice. You like the shine part.
I like it. Just let it shine tonight, wherever you are. Like a diamond.
Like shine on diamond eyes. Is that the same thing?
Yeah. Shine on diamond eyes, shine bright like a diamond, all the above. Yep.
Go get your shine box. Is that the same thing?
I don't know about that one. That's
Shine
about
box.
shoes.
Oh, come on, Tim. You don't know where that's from? Tell me you've never seen Goodfellas.
Yeah, but I didn't get the reference, but I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Go back and watch it again. What do you think about this song?
Oh, I like this song. I think this is one of the songs where, you know, you hear enough about the girl breaking up with you or the girl leaving you or doing anything like that. And I think this is kind of like, you know what? Okay, whatever. I agree with Steven, a good chorus, and it's a go find yourself song. It's, you know what? Cool. Maybe I'm better off on the other side, and this is a good song to help you move on to that.
I think I'm going to agree with you guys. I one thing I like about this song, and I gave this one a star, it's instantly different than what we've heard in the first couple tracks, and that's a good thing here. He does a little bit different of an approach. You called it like rap, pop, punk, or something. I don't know what you call it. Yeah, rap sing. But then you kind of break out into that very catchy melody, and I actually really like the chorus too. It's another thing that kind of switches things up. It gives you a little bit different of a flavor. It changes up the pace. It is still very catchy, and it creates a contrast that makes the song more interesting. So I do notice also that they are very big on happy things. Bowling for Soup loves positivity and a lot of cheese. And this song kind of goes behind that, which, again, isn't always a bad thing.
All right. Well, time to talk about the state that you were in today, Christopher.
Yeah, it's not my turn. Let's let Tim kick this one off.
I mean, this is the classic. We all know this song. This is one of the songs you hear on the radio or at a bar or anything, just like 1985. You're singing along, even though it wasn't in the top 5, which is a travesty, I think. But yeah, girl goes to Texas or goes to Ohio. Ohio sucks. Come home. But you know, it's another catchy radio hit, I think.
Yeah, I didn't hear this once on the radio. I didn't hear it at any bar. I'm surprised too, because it is such a great song. I would have loved this one. I would have loved to have heard it, but I didn't hear this one.
It was a single, but I don't know that I don't remember. Usually, like by the time a third pop punk single comes out on an album, like the radio play slows, you know? So I don't know that I heard it on the radio, but it was a single.
You got to realize too that, you guys out in the eastern part of the state with the denser population and the bigger radio stations, you're probably going to hear things that we don't on the western part of the state. I think that's
Pittsburgh
the reality.
Is big. Pittsburgh's
I don't know.
It's not as big as
people.
Philadelphia.
It's not?
No.
Is it
Are you
close?
serious?
I mean, I know the
don't
city
think
has
so.
more people, but Pittsburgh is a big city. Like, there's all those.
Philly's a bigger
surrounding
market.
areas.
Philly's a bigger market. It's
Yeah,
just more people. But and so that point aside, this is a great song. This definitely gets a star with a little half circle around it and a line, because this one it has everything you want. It's funny. A dude by the name of Leland. Do you know anybody by that name? First name Leland?
Yeah.
You do?
I went to elementary school with a Leland.
Wow.
That
Okay.
was
Surprised.
it. That is it. That is it.
Like, I know Jim Leland.
The
He was
Detroit
he was
Tigers manager.
Pittsburgh Pirates manager.
Okay.
Thank you. But also Detroit Tigers and Florida Marlins. But yeah,
Wow,
Leland,
you're
I
a
don't
Jim
know.
Leland fan. Look at
I mean,
you.
he was great. I mean, I know a little bit about baseball here and there. Come on now.
That's crazy.
I'm not totally devoid of that knowledge, but it's just a really cool song. It has that great pick at the beginning of the song with just the picking of the notes, and then it evolves into the chords, And then you get into the clever talk track about Ohio. It's really funny though. Like, does he even talk about Ohio past that first section? Because it seems like he talks about Ohio, but then it just goes all into come back to Texas. And
Pretty much.
I don't dislike that. I just think it's interesting that they name the song that, and they only really talk about it in the first part. So great tune. All the chords kind of flow together, and I think that's why I enjoy this one. Nothing choppy. Nothing seems out of sync. Everything sounds good. It is that cool end where it's like all the people in the room and everybody's cheering, and there's the acoustic guitar, and it sounds like the person's back, like you're back in El Paso or wherever it is that you're back to in Texas. They came back, and everybody's there to greet them. I will say, if we were to turn this around and Steve, you were to leave Philadelphia, I do have a list of people that would want you to come back to Philadelphia. So, just in case you're wondering, Will Smith would want you back. Bradley Cooper would want you back. Richard Gere would want you back. Jamie Kennedy would want you back. Joey Lawrence would also want you back. And finally, oh, that's too easy. Sherry O'Terry, Holly Robinson Pete, and Kim Delaney and Jill Scott all want Steve Isle back. So if you ever leave, all of those people, in addition to Wawa, want you back.
We'll toss in Mr. Feeney.
That was great, but you missed the most important Philadelphian of all time, Rocky Balboa. I mean, you have to throw in a fictional.
Oh, you mean like a fictional
Philadelphian.
character?
You have, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah, he doesn't exist. That's actually Sylvester Stallone.
He would want me back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe
yes,
Ben Franklin too.
Hey,
Maybe.
you never know.
You don't like my list then?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
It made me get happy.
Thank you. I had to put that together for you. It spent a lot of time on that.
Thank you. That was good.
Yeah. There you go.
So first off, I hate Ohio. Just because I went to Penn State and Ohio State always beats Penn State, and there's this just weird rivalry. I kind of just hate Ohio. Not really anyone listening from Ohio, but kind of. I have been to Ohio a handful of times. The storytelling in this is great. His girl moves away, he wants her back. It's really hilarious lines. I love when he says there's nothing wrong with Ohio except the snow and the rain. Like just such a sarcastic thing to throw in there. And honestly, in like the pre-chorus and the chorus here, absolutely fantastic. But the line, when you're done doing whatever and when you're through doing whoever, like that's really funny. I mean, you kind of graze by that, but that's pretty funny. Yeah. Solid, catchy, fun. I have heard that Mexican is fantastic in Texas. I don't think I've tried it. I've had barbecue there. I haven't had Mexican, but I will. Actually, no, I have had Mexican in Houston. So yes, it was good. Yeah, I love when he lists the people that want them back, that want her back. I love when they break the song and make it sound like you're in a dive bar with them. All great stuff. They do that maybe one other time this album, and I don't really know. Like, there's plenty of bands that do that, like, kind of just sound like they're talking into a microphone kind of thing, but I don't know that anybody breaks their song and makes it sound like you're in a bar or a rodeo or something, and so that was really cool. And yeah, this is a classic Bowling for Soup song. Star, circle, check, all those things.
It's halftime. At that point, they go halftime.
Yeah.
So musically, it's something that a lot of bands don't do in the pop punk scene.
All right. We're going to move on to Ridiculous. Chris, is this your turn?
No, it's not.
Chris is diving. I think he dropped his pencil. All right. I'll kick this one off here. This is a little bit of a more slower, serious song for the first time in this album. We've heard Jarrett's regular voice, which is kind of high pitched. We've heard his rap sing voice. I really like his soft voice, like how he kicks this song off. He's got a real good soft voice, which we hear for the first time. The chorus to me is like a little underwhelming. It's not that great. I don't dig like the pocket full of posies, and I'm not a big fan of the chorus, but the lyrics and the piano really do give a nice vibe to this. And then at the end, there's this piano outro, and it gets all freaking chaotic and feeds into the next song. So I think this one is cool for what it is, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of no, it's not energy, emotion, right? That's what I was looking for. It's the same E word. It starts off with that softer touch. I actually really, really like the melody here. Like the way that it the way that it starts, the way that it gets harder with, more guitar, more everything that kind of comes in at that point in time in the song, right after those first couple lines. Sounds so good. And yes, it is an easier version of this band. It's not so bubbly, not so bouncy. They pull it off great. This is maybe not a traditional ballad, but if you're looking for something bowling for soup ish that you can kind of get a little bit more attached to from an emotional standpoint, I think this is the song to go to. I think you're going to really like it. So, Tim, what do you think?
I enjoyed this song. I enjoyed the tempo change. I think we've all been in this situation at one point. We're trying to impress a girl. You keep doing the wrong thing. You know, you feel down on the inside, but pretty on the outside. Um, I just can, relate to that and think we've all been there before. So I think it's relatable to a lot of people.
You are pretty on the outside, Tim.
You
Oh,
are.
I love you.
It's true.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever impressed a girl. I think that I've always been unimpressive, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris, you're pretty
Yeah,
on the
man.
outside too. Come on. Things are looking up.
I'd like to think so. That's how I got by with that. That's all I had. But I'll shut up and smile about it, right?
Cool,
That's what
cool,
you got to
cool.
do. That's what you got to do. So guys, what about this song? Like I think there's such a great song here for a lot of reasons. It's really cheesy, okay? Really cheesy because it's just such a positive everywhere smiley face emoji song that you have to take with a grain of salt. And the reason I say that is because like underneath all that, like the song itself, you get amped up. Like that guitar, that I love that. Like that gets I cranked this up. This was the second song I played when my daughter was in the car. I thought for sure I was gonna get a head bob. I thought for sure I was gonna get some kind of a reaction. I got nothing. Nothing. Just silence.
She hurt you.
She
That's
did.
rude.
I thought for sure.
That's so
But
rude.
I was about to say, like, what do you, I was going to turn down, like, what do you listen to? Like, seriously, like, what is it? I don't even think she can answer that. But that guitar, that part, you know what I'm talking about, where you come in with like,
Yeah, it's like there's a funky breakdown section.
Yeah. I love that. I love the fact that they keep saying all you need is ice cream and a hug, but even more, all you need is love and beer. Come on, guys. What more do you want, right? Love and beer. It's the best thing to have.
Agreed.
Great song, guys.
Tim, what
Thumbs
about
up
you?
and thumbs up with a star.
Tim, what you
Next.
think?
I mean, I think this is the best song on the album. I don't know how you can't be happy listening to this song. Ice cream, hugs, beer, smiles. I mean, that sounds pretty great to me. That sounds like a good day.
Fair enough. I'd say that the piano in the beginning, it kind of, if the song almost started with that same like piano thing, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But then things get a bit harder. The chorus, it's a little kitschy with the la 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 la's. But man, how can you? All we need is let's make a list: ice cream, a hug, love, beer, old school metal, and holiday cheer.
That's right.
You
That's
can't
right.
argue with these things. Overall, the sum of all of these parts makes this a really good song. And even if every one is not like the most amazing song ever, like it's a solid album. Like nobody has said that they would like skip a song yet. We're at 7. There's 10 more, but the album is super solid. And even though it's so many songs, it goes quick. It's a relatively quick listen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like Shut Up and Smile.
Yeah, and I think that the next song, Last Call Casualty, is one of those solid songs. I don't think it's as good as the last one by far, but I think that for a mid-tempo type of song that still has a little bit of energy, a decently big chorus that I think has some staying power. Like I could find myself singing and dancing to this at a show or whatever, like in the car. You don't dance in the car. But I think it's a cool, fun song to just listen to. It's middle of the road though, guys.
I think this is really good. I disagree with that. I think that the guitar line that kicks this off just rips, and the chorus of this song is one of my favorites on the entire album. And I love that they like assigned an identity to this situation. Like at the end of the night, you're drunk, you don't want to be alone. That equals a last call casualty. I feel like that should have been like a common phrase or something. Like maybe it was, and I just didn't hear it outside of this. I'm just going to give them credit for making it up. I love when he drives his voice up and the taxi cab I'm riding in is blaring our favorite song. Like I get into this one a lot. I'm surprised that this didn't become like a set staple. I don't even know if I've ever heard them play this live. I'd have to like go back and check the archives. I know they did a Hangover You Don't Deserve tour that I missed this time around. So I would assume they maybe played the whole album. I don't know. But I could see this personally as like a set staple, or maybe not the radio single, but like the one that like the fans really like a lot. So I don't know. I was surprised it doesn't get more love. I like Last Call Casualty.
Yeah, this is the now they would call it the 2 a.m. you up text.
There you go.
Yeah. I think it's funny in the song how they mentioned Star 69. I don't even know if anybody would understand what that is anymore.
I mean, not anybody who grew up past like this time ish.
Yeah. But I love the song. I don't think I was ever in that situation myself, but I'm with you, Steve. I think this should be a set list staple. I think this is a solid song. I think it's a little different than the other songs on the album, and it sticks out.
Well, the thing is, if you were in this situation, you might just not remember because obviously you were drunk. That's the whole point.
That's fair.
Yeah. This is good. This next song though, I don't start though. I think Tim, you're up.
So I just think the concept of this song is kind of hilarious. The guy doesn't want anything. I just want a new ex-girlfriend to go and pump me up and talk to other people, to convince my friends I'm not gay, to say that I can get girls, to help me out with getting other girls. I just think it's hilarious. It took me a little bit to figure out what he was getting at with the next ex-girlfriend, but I love it.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying makes sense, but I still don't fully get it. Like he's saying that he doesn't want all these things, but like when you have a girlfriend who's going to become an ex-girlfriend, like, you know, he does want to get inside the mind and the pants and the love. Like I don't know, but it's another straight up fun song. Really funny lyrics, especially in the first verse, talking about, I don't want you messing around and giving me a blister. I think this one is a fun one. I think it works really well coming right after Last Call Casualty too. So good on the tracking there.
Yeah, good song. I mean, nice melody. I just let me get this straight. Let me get this straight. So if you did have a girlfriend, you'd want to do a couple things, right? You'd want to meet her dad, for sure. Right? If you had a girlfriend, you would want to hump her sister, correct? That's what I'm reading. I'm just reading. I'm just the messenger.
You know that he's saying he doesn't want to do
He
those
said
things.
he doesn't want to do that.
He doesn't, because he doesn't want a girlfriend. He wants the next ex-girlfriend. So, in essence, this is what would happen if he got himself a girlfriend. Aha. So if that were the case, he'd want to meet the dad, he'd want to hump the sister, and he'd want to do it to your best friend. There you
we'd
go.
have to need some clarification on that.
I would feel like he'd want to do those things if he wanted an ex-girlfriend, right? That's the way to get one. If you would hump the sister.
So it's mixed
and do it with
messages
the
is
best
what
friend.
you're saying.
Yeah, like, you can meet the dad. If you meet the dad, but you still do B and C, you're going to end up with an ex-girlfriend in most cases. Like not in every case, but most.
Agreed.
So I don't know what messing around and giving me a blister means. Like that doesn't.
And one of the next lines is he's illin for some penicillin. So I think a blister's like herpes.
A sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to get that straight before we move on to the next one. So I appreciate you guys clearing that up for me a little bit. I'm still a little just I need a little bit of clarity. That's why we really need to talk to Jared Reddick. That's why we really just need to talk to him.
Yeah.
I need to
Ask
ask
him
this question.
the
Can you
hard
write that
hitting
down?
questions.
Yeah, I'd like to know.
Question.
I'm sure he would answer it. I'm sure he would. It's his
Oh, yeah.
song. He loves these songs. He wrote them, or he had a part in it. He had a part in
Absolutely.
writing them. Yeah. So, but yeah, look, if you listen to this song and you get mad or, it's like, it's like, I think, imagine how many guys and girls too, like whatever, right? But just imagine how many 18 to 21-year-old guys would play this song as loud as they could and sing it together. Like this is perfect for that age demographic to listen to, for most, right? You don't want to, Steve, you might be a hopeless romantic, and this song, makes you mad, but that's okay. That's okay. It's still fun for other people that aren't like that. Which a lot of times that age range, you're not. So
If you're listening to this band, I would think that you got to not take things that seriously and get mad over it.
yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
Especially when you're calling yourself an asshole.
Yeah. Tell us about this one.
Well, this is kind of the second slow jam, and a little bit of a crude title, if you will, but this one is really good. I love the entire vibe to it. I feel like, especially in the beginning, there's a little bit of like a country influence, and Jarrett has moved into doing some country now, so that makes sense. Overall, just a lot of emotion, very introspective. The chorus obviously is super catchy. Did you guys realize that he says this line? He looked just like me, but I make you cry. I don't know if you guys know this, but he's talking about himself. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but he's saying,
What do you mean?
that you were in love with another guy. He looked just like me, but I make you cry. It's still him that he's talking about.
Oh yeah, all right, I can see that.
Got that?
Oh, because he was a different person.
Yeah. He was a different. Now because sometimes he's an asshole. We're all assholes sometimes. I can admit to that, and very relatable. I kind of like when he kind of like talks back to himself. Things were so good. Things were so good, and you were in some other. Like I like that part. Overall, this is a great ballady slow jam called Asshole.
Yeah, it's smooth, right? It has a smooth sound to it.
It's a smooth
It
asshole.
It floats along. Yeah. Hey, look. I mean, that's personal preference there, buddy.
Oh,
So to each his own on that topic, but
Yeah.
it is definitely a smooth melody that is even keel. This song. You're right. It has emotion. And it's funny, and I listen to this front to back without any issue. I will say that there was something that I was going to say. I forget completely. Unfortunately, like it was really good what I was going to say, and now I lost it. I don't remember. I have no idea.
I'm sure you'll go back much later and remember it.
I can't remember what I was going to say. I had something. Can you go back and say everything you said before?
I can't repeat all that now.
Oh my god.
I went to the next page of my notes. Sorry.
Oh god.
Maybe Tim will give his opinion.
All right, jog my memory. Well, yeah,
you.
you can do your part, Tim, and maybe I'll think about it.
I mean, I think you guys hit the nail on the head. I think it's very introspective. I think this song probably was the lead up to Last Call Casualty, I would think, if I had to take a guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, nice.
I like it.
Well, you guys really like this. I thought it was pretty good. Like, okay. But not like, okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
I really like it.
I remember what I was going to say. I had an ex-girlfriend, and she actually did date a guy that looked just like me, and his name was Chris too.
Wow.
So can you believe that? That's weird, isn't it? But it's the same thing. So in my scenario, it was somebody that looked like me, but they weren't me. It was somebody else. Can you believe that?
How about that? You sure it wasn't you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that story.
Next song.
The next song, My Hometown. Go ahead. Do you want to start this, Chris?
No, I don't. You guys do such a good job kicking it off. I'd hate to ruin that. Go ahead.
Tim?
Sure. I like the song. I like the way it starts. I like the slow intro and all that. Out to my friends. Hope you guys are doing well. I like the song that goes through the all the list of people that cared about you and you cared about in your hometown that didn't necessarily move on with you and your life, and you know your not views, but you went off to college, you went off to do that, you went off to do this, and those people are still in your hometown, and you just wish the best for them. And I think the song follows a good kind of path story with a bunch of different people that he had relationships with in his town, and he hopes they got out just like he did. So I really enjoyed this song.
It was a nice song to listen to. It had some ups and downs. It had the easy part, like the low part with just the acoustic. It has the harder part where it goes crazy and starts really kicking up the energy. But it's funny because it threw me off. I mean, everything you said was correct, Tim. But I thought when he was going to get to the part where it says, "I hope this song finds you well, and I hope you're doing fucking swell." Like that's the part that I thought he was going to start turning it more to the negative. Like, screw you. Like, you treated me like garbage because I was a band geek. So I hope you're all just like having a hard time now. But he didn't. He didn't. It's not that song. It's not a, hey, I was a guy in high school that took a hard time. And all of you people that gave me a hard time, guess where I hope you are right now. That's not it. So that goes back to the original theme of, man, this band just likes to be positive, and I like that. Right? It's different.
I also think we've heard that version of the song that you just said, Chris. Fuck all the people messing with me. I think we've heard that 100 times.
Oh yeah, probably
Yeah.
100,000 times. But
Yeah,
you're right; it's out there a lot.
Yeah, I mean, most pop punk bands are going to have a "Get the Hell Out of My Hometown" song. I love a good "Get Out of My Hometown" pop punk jam, and the way they did it, they just totally embraced the concept perfectly. It starts off, you think it's going to, we just got out of Asshole, which is a slow song. So it starts off, you think it's going to be an acoustic, and then right when they hit into that first chorus, nope, it is fast and harder. And what an awesome, honest intro verse. I mean, the song goes out to my good friends, especially the ones I had before the Grammy nominations of 2003. Excuse me, because that after that, everybody probably came up in the works and, hey, you guys are so good now. You got some money or whatever. So I love that they call that out specifically. The chorus, I feel like there's one tasteful fuck. I hope you're doing fucking swell. I think that's tasteful. And there's, I hope you get the fuck out of our hometown. Not as tasteful, but they got two different types of fucks in that one chorus. Fantastic. I thought it was very sweet, the verse about his brother. And there is one part, I think, where it is kind of like "screw you guys," where he says, be proud where you're from. You're going to put us on the map, but where the hell were you back in the day? No one came to see us, so we got the hell out of there. So there's a little bit of the like, screw you guys, I'm going elsewhere. But for the most part, it is, I wish you guys well. You should just get the fuck out of our hometown, like I got the fuck out of our hometown.
Yeah. But if you got the fuck out of your hometown, Robert Picardo, Sherry Albert, and Danny Bonaducci would all ask you to come back.
They might. Danny Bonaducci. That's a good one. You still got your list up there?
What list?
The list of Philadelphia celebrities.
I don't know.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Chris, why don't you start one off? Go ahead. Smoothie King. Do you like the Smoothie King?
I thought for a second when the first one came around here that it was brand new, that it was a new thing. And when I found out that it wasn't, I was very disappointed. But the other thing about the Smoothie King is I over ordered the first time I was there.
They're big.
Smoothies are big. I got the biggest one you could get with like all this weird shit in it, like all the weirdest stuff. And it did not taste good. And it really didn't agree with me.
Ooh. Too much dairy. The small one there is like gigantic.
I got like all this ginseng and all this B12.
Like, do you want this
I just said
powder? And you're like,
extra.
yes, I want that powder.
I wanted everything because I wanted the full experience, and it was like double chocolate with strawberry. I don't know, man. I ruined the shake, but I went back and got something a little bit more reasonable. And here was the other thing: like I bought that shake, and it was like $28, and then that's the other problem with Smoothie King is it's too expensive. So, but it's literally probably what I bought is like 6 meals, so that's not healthy for the body. But look, I think the song itself, like it's a nice song. It's a song about love. It's about a girl, or it's about a girl. She is what they say. She smokes cigarettes. I chewed bubble gum. I know I shouldn't take it, but I think I kind of like it. When she tells me that I'm dumb, and I think this may sound pathetic, but I think we can make it. Like that's cool stuff, right? It's a mismatch. It's a girl that maybe he wouldn't necessarily be into, but he can't find himself getting away from her for some reason. And he met her at the Smoothie King. So that was cool. Hopefully that if that was their first date, he did not go the same route I did, because that would be a problem. That would be a big problem. If you have stomach problems on a date, that's I'd like to know the people that actually had to deal with that, because that's probably like just a nightmare.
Not ideal.
No, I don't think we don't need to talk about it now. We will eventually, but now we don't have to.
Gonna need that
But yeah,
second pair of underwear.
yeah, I mean, you probably want to avoid that, right? Find a way around that somehow.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean, look, I think it's just a nice song. I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't know what else to say. I there was nothing else that really stuck out to me with like, oh, I love this guitar part, or I like this part of the drums. No, it's just a smooth song and all worked together. And it was a cool story about how he met this girl that was not necessarily his type, that he ended up getting into anyway. That's my take. Did I miss something, guys?
Go ahead, Tim.
No, that sounded pretty spot on. I always thought it was the girl that was from the other high school that worked at the Smoothie King that, oh, I met this girl. That's why I'm into her, because she just doesn't go to my high school. That's kind of how I took it. So I guess that's not
Maybe.
far out from Chris.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but I've pretty much felt the same way.
Yeah, for me,
Steve?
this is one where I feel like the sum is greater than individual little parts. I don't really like the line like the love song sucks, fairy tales aren't true. But then the second part of the chorus, add it up, break it down, not the hard to figure out. You're crazy and I'm crazy about you. That like brings it back for me. Same thing kind of with the bridge. It's like very silly, but then at the very end, it's like the you and me were not so crazy. And it just ties me back. And I'm like, I like this song. So even though there's a couple things maybe I can pick that aren't my favorites, I still like it overall.
Nice.
Sad,
Steve,
sad.
you want to run it back and talk about how sad the situation was?
Snake draft in it. Yeah, sad situation. 1, 2, 3. I think this is the first song on the album that I'm just kind of met on. I don't know. The chorus just doesn't really do it for me. It doesn't have the catchiness, I don't think, that most of the other ones do. That doesn't mean that it's like bad or I need to skip it, but this one is just like middle of the road to me.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like there was nothing that I could really pick out of this song to talk about. Not offensive, not amazing, just kind of there. So hopefully, Tim, you were able to kind of find something else that we were not.
I mean, I think it's a solid song. I think it's probably on the lower end of the songs on the album. I met a girl. She was nuts. Get away from me. I'm with it, with you guys on this.
Well, go ahead and keep it going, Tim. Talk about the next one. Really might be gone.
I think it's a classic "Too Little, Too Late" song, but I also really enjoy the guitar. I'm sure we've heard it 100 times, but yeah, I enjoy the song. But yeah, "Too Little, Too Late." You know, he thinks the girl's not going to be gone. He's still trying to figure it out and grow up, but it's not enough. Yeah, so it's gone. But I think this is probably one of more pop punky sounding songs on the album. I would
Yeah.
say, yeah, like
Oh, you're right.
less commercial or less like radio hit kind of thing. Yeah.
I mean, I think it could definitely. I think it could be on the radio. It's that melodic, but you're right. Like if it does kind of more fit into that pop punk sound. I think it is Green Day ish, Green Day esque in a lot of ways,
Mhm.
and how it sounds. It has that hot, upbeat, just harder guitars. It's not that they don't do that; they do that in other songs too. But for some reason, this one just has that twang to it that just sounds more in that arena. It's a shorter song. I take that back. It's not. It's what, over 3 minutes or so. So definitely not a shorter song. So doesn't meet the criteria of a traditional pop punk Green Day song for sure. But I think that it does its job. It takes you along. It's another story that it's telling you, and the melody I think carries you through. That guitar as well. I agree with you. That's what really keeps me here because I love what they do with that. So that's probably the most interesting things I find out of this song. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, for me, in this album, we're at numbers 13, 14. This is 14. But maybe a little bit of a lull in my brain in this part of the album. I think it's going to come back around very soon, but still a decent track, but nothing like overwhelming for me that stands out or talk about. Still not a skip, but not. I think Sad Sad Situation, Really Might Be Gone are ones that, if I was putting together an album that was 17 tracks long, I needed a drop off to, those might have been the ones to drop off in my mind.
What about the next one? Keep it going.
Yeah, Down for the Count. We have this whole like boxing comparison thing, which is a lot of fun. It's something that is not like a common theme in music or relationships. To me, I think my favorite part is the pre-chorus here, where he goes. It seems like he told me I'm in over head, but all I remember is making out constantly. And that kind of feeds into the chorus, Down for the Count, over and out. But again, these guys really know how to construct a song with that pre-chorus and chorus. And the pre-chorus to me, like, really shines out. I also like where they go, let's get ready for verse number 2. Like basically talking about like we are writing a song. This is the verse. It ends with this like silly voicemail thing that's pretty funny. So if the last 2 songs were the ones that I would cut off, I'm keeping this one up for sure.
It's a good one. I like this one a lot. I feel like this could have fit at the beginning of the album. You're right. Like did this have a video? Do you know?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so.
85 almost in Ohio did.
You know how Spotify sometimes when you turn the songs on and you go to the full screen, it gives you like a video of something that it
Like
plays in a loop.
I saw some
clip,
stuff
yeah.
playing with this album. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and it's a male or a female. Like, yeah, it's a female doing Muay Thai boxing. She's doing shadow boxing for Muay
Okay.
Thai. And I don't understand why. Like it's on a loop, so I don't know if it's just they have that here or if it's tied into some kind of visual from something.
They probably just thought it was funny and uploaded it to Spotify.
Yeah. Everything you said, I don't think I'm going to reiterate. I think you hit it right on the head. That pre-chorus is the tops for me here, though. I think that's what sounds the best versus the actual chorus. The chorus isn't awful, but melodically speaking, it just sounds better. And the pre-chorus just sounds better. To me, it clicks better with my brain. So that's what I hang on to here. So I'm with you, Steve, 100%.
Cool.
Tim?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you guys say. I think this is one of the songs that points out how well they can make a song and how well they can combine a bunch of different things, and make it a little more complicated of a pop punk song, musically speaking. And then they also have, I don't know if it's necessarily in this song a lot, but they always have the backup vocals. They're always harmonizing. They're always trying to make more music in a song with different types of layers or instruments. And I kind of appreciate that.
They're very good at that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're rounding this boy off. Chris, you want to start 2-seater?
Yeah, like I mean, so what are we doing here? Are we stealing a seat or seats? Are we stealing a back seat? Are we stealing a back seat in this car out of a car?
I could explain this if you'd like.
Yeah.
Before you do, let me give
Sure.
you my thought process on
Okay.
this. I see that he is going to somehow, like, maybe something happened in that back seat with him and whoever the other person is, and he wants to hold on to that particular moment with that person. So in order to do that, and that was in her car, obviously not his, he's going to rip the back seat completely out of the car and take that home and put it somewhere. And then the end.
Well, not only that, not only dismantle the car, he's going to key the car because he says key marks parallel to the pinstripes. He's going to pop her tires. He's going to break her windows, and steal the stereo. So yeah, this is a lot of destruction for a breakup. Just so
What if
that
she worked hard though? What if she worked hard for that car and she like really worked hard, like worked a
Right.
lot of shifts and like just bought the first car, like you got the picture, hey, it's my first car in front of it and everybody's proud and your aunt and uncle are saying, "Congratulations, we love it." But then some dude comes and keys it and pops all your tires and just rips out your back seat.
this
That's
is
not
like
cool,
the
right?
opposite of that "Until He Cheats" song. This is the male "Until He Cheats."
Oh my god,
That's yeah.
It's
you're
true.
in timeout. You're in timeout for bringing that
That's
up on this show.
No,
that's a good point.
That's
That's
what it
very
is.
true. Very true.
It's definitely a way to go to jail. I do
How
not
dare
recommend
you.
anybody actually do this, but I think it's just it's hyperbolic.
What gives you the right to bring up Carrie Underwood on this podcast? What gives
Because
you
it
the right?
made sense. It was good.
Unbelievable.
I didn't say the
music
name.
knowledge.
The depths that you've sunk.
Sorry to disappoint you. Are you done
You
talking
talk
about the
down.
song?
Yeah, I'm done. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, this is one that like I've heard them do like maybe every time I've definitely heard them do this a bunch, and it's funny. I don't know. I'm not sure why it's such a staple. Like it's a totally fine song. Maybe I just don't think that the pre-chorus chorus is like super strong. I like that the verses they kind of chug along. First time with the guitar, I think the second time with the bass. It's a totally fine song, but it does seem to me like this is like maybe it's one of their favorites to play or they're the most proud of it. But kids, don't get so upset that you terrorize and dismantle a vehicle. I don't recommend that.
Vandalism is not the way.
Agreed.
I mean, I have nothing more to say than what you guys said. I think you guys hit it right on the head.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty straightforward. There's nothing much to think about.
All right. Well, we're at track 17, Friends O' Mine. We close this long tracks with an acoustic slow one. And that's totally cool with me. This one is a fun one to sing along to. I like the references to Pulp Fiction, Blazing Saddles, and Fast Times. I think that again they do the acoustic thing really well, and I've seen them do a show where they just do it all acoustic. It was we actually talked to Rob about this because I feel like everyone was just shouting things at them to like play, and it got a little uncomfortable. But they do this stuff really, really well. They know how to do an acoustic song, and I think this is a good wrap up to the album.
It is a nice acoustic song, but it sounds like something else. And I can't think of what that is. Oh, you gotta help me.
Is it not something from them, just something different?
Like a different song?
Yeah, it's a different song. Maybe I'm thinking of a theme song, or it's the first two lines. It's that melody to me, like the first two lines of every verse sound like something else, and I cannot place what that is.
I don't
If
know.
you know what that is, everybody listening, tell me because it's going to eat me alive. I can't think of it. Think about that melody and what it sounds like. I'm going to go back and listen to it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll Google it. I don't know. Maybe they'll know what I'm talking about. I can listen to this one though. I think this is a great song. I can sit back and chill to this one. I can put this on while I'm doing something at the table. I can put it on at a party when we're all sitting around, having a beer. There's a lot of different ways that this song would be great. I can listen to it in the car. I mean, it's good for a lot of different scenarios. Nice chill melody here. Great acoustics. Jared kills it once again on this one. So I'm here for this one. I actually think it's one of the better ones on the album, honestly. I'm a fan of this one a lot.
Nice.
Yeah.
We've said that a lot. I'm curious for our ranking it.
I haven't though. I feel like I've been negative.
No, you I thought that you were going to come in and like not really like this and it wasn't really your thing, but I think you've been pretty positive about everything.
I like music that sounds good. Yeah. Why do you give me that look?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Tim, you want to wrap it up? Anything else to say about this one?
I mean, I think this is this reminds me of me and my friends from high school. We're still friends now, and so that reminds me of them and all the weird, stupid, probably maybe a little illegal stuff we did, and but it was a ton of fun. And I also think it was an ode to themselves and the band for the last few years of getting the Grammys, the album before this, the rise, the touring, and everything like that. So I think this is kind of an ode to themselves.
Nice. All right, we did it.
We did it. We got through the whole thing. That was a lot of songs, but a lot to talk about. And actually, I'm glad we spent the time that we did, the longer than usual time on this band because of the titular nature of Bowling for Soup and how it applies to this show. So that said, guys, we are now at the point in the show that is very, very highly anticipated. That's right. It's time for Ranking It. And for all of you that don't know what Ranking It is, it's very simple. We rank our top 3 favorite songs in order. I repeat, in order from 3 to 1. No honorable mention allowed from the album A Hangover You Don't Deserve by the band, Bowling for Soup. Tim, guests always go first. So why don't you kick us off with your top 3 in order?
All right. I have My Hometown, Friends of Mine, and then Shut Up and Smile. I think they're more of the positive songs on the album. I will say that, but yeah, I'm going with that.
Alrighty. I will. You know what? I usually let you go last, Steve. Let's switch it up. Why don't you go next this time?
Fine, I will. And I think with all of the really good songs on here, I'm just gonna have to throw in an honorable mention. I have to do it because there's too many. There's too many. And
Yeah, I have one.
There
I have
should
one
be
too.
more. Go ahead, throw it in.
Next Ex-Girlfriend. That was my 4th.
Very
Tim
good.
actually follows the rules. You do not.
Yeah.
That's a difference here.
So the honorable mention has to go to Asshole. I really like that that slow song. Number 3 though is just like Tim, gonna go to My Hometown. Number 2 is Almost. I can't believe nobody had. Well, Chris didn't go yet, but no, Almost on yours, Tim. And number 1 for me, and I don't think mine is the popular opinion, but I've always loved Last Call Casualty. I think that's my favorite song on the album for sure.
I'm going to go number 3. Shut Up and Smile. I'm going to go. This is a tough one. Number 2 is Get Happy. And Ohio is number 1. Ohio is my favorite song on this album. Now, I know I said Friend of Mine. I know what I said. It just, you got to make decisions, guys. You got to be able to make decisions, and that's what I did. I was concise. I made a decision, and I'm going to stand behind it. These are the top 3 on the album, and that's the story. And that's Ranking It, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that.
I felt bad leaving Ohio off too, to be honest with you, but it is what it is.
Well, you should, because you broke the rules, and when you break the rules, then bad things happen.
Can I do an honorable mention, like a number 5?
Now you're just celebrating the fact that you completely blatantly disobeyed.
Yes, I violated. I broke into the car and stole the back seat.
If we had a chat or people were listening at home, you're really making them feel upset. Like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They appreciate they honor the validity of this game, and you're kind of going against that. So
no, it just means that I'm so
be
excited
careful.
that I couldn't keep it in. I needed more.
Yeah, just respect it.
Got it.
Respect the Ranking It.
So guys, in terms of Bowling for Soup, they've got a whole shitload of albums. Do you guys think this is the best one? Tim, what do you think?
I would say this is probably the best one front to back. I've listened to more Bowling for Soup in the last few weeks than I care to think about, which isn't a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out. I've even listened to their Disney cover albums and their cover albums, and they keep cranking out music. There's so much music to listen to, and each album they have that isn't this one has 2 or 3 really good songs on it. That could be a hit or a popular song, or you're surprised people don't know it more, honestly. But yeah, I think this is their best album front to back. This is the most solid one yet.
Chris, what do you
I think
think?
it's a tough question. I think they have. I think you already said this, Tim. They have a bunch of albums with like a burst of really good songs, and even though, admittedly, I haven't spent the time with these albums to be able to make an educated enough opinion about whether or not this is the best one or not, I think if you just compare hits to hits, even though I do love the song "High School Never Ends," I think that's the best song, and that's not just shtick. I do actually really like that song, and I might like it better than 1985. Why? It it could be because, and I'm going to use the words "played out." I didn't make the point that 1985 doesn't really get played out in my mind. Like I've heard it 10 gazillion times, and it's not like I'm yelling at people to turn it off because that's too much. But I do think that there's a charm to High School Never Ends that this one doesn't have in a way that I don't hear it as much. So, anyway, long story short, I will give the nod to this album. I think it has the most fun songs, but it doesn't have my favorite on it. So, I don't know. That's my answer.
Fair enough. I think for me, it comes down to either this one or Drunk Enough to Dance. And I don't know, the first like 6 songs on Drunk Enough to Dance are so good. But I feel like this one is more of a full, like the whole thing is really good. Um, so I might give this, I'd have to think about it a little bit more. It would be close, but I think this might be my favorite one. And then all the ones afterwards, like we said, have a handful of songs that I dig. I think Great Burrito Extortion Case had a good run too. And then some of the more latter, like more recent ones, by more recent, I mean the last like 10 to 15 years. I don't know if I know them in their entirety that well, but a lot of really good singles. So, all right, Chris, I think we got to the end. Tim, thank you for joining us here on this marathon.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate you too. I'll tell you what, that episode that you were on, the brand new episode, still one of my favorite ones. So awesome to have you back, Tim, to talk about something completely different. And hopefully someday soon we can get back to Bowling for Soup and potentially talk about one of the other albums.
That'd be cool. I'm down.
I'm always down for being on. So thank you.
Absolutely. And hopefully you guys were also down with this particular album and the theme that we have going for this month. And that's the 20 years later, the 2004 look back. I love going back 20 years. There are so many good albums in 2004 that we could have done. And we feel that we picked some of the best ones. We'd love to hear from you. Did you really enjoy this album in 2004? Or what are your thoughts? Well, you can't talk to us now because we can't hear you, but there's a couple ways where we can. Number one, the social medias are the best way. Probably we're on Facebook, Instagram. I don't even know what else is out there. We're not on TikTok, maybe Twitter. But I'll tell you what, if you want to talk to us directly, join our Discord server. It's a really cool conversation. A lot of fans of the show on there. Steve and I are on there. We talk about everything show related, unshow related, pop punk, other stuff, pop culture. Doesn't matter, right? Just a big conversation. Join us there to find that, and also to find all of our links to our socials. Go to our hub, hsnepod.com. That's www.hsnepod.com.
Yep. While you're there, grab yourself a mug, a t-shirt, a hoodie for the holidays, and go to the shop and help support the show. You can also support us. We have a Patreon. It's not super brand new anymore, but we record a bunch of bonus episodes. So you can go to all of our links and stuff. It's patreon.com/hsnepod and join the fun. We have one more 2004 look back episode. there's a lot of potential albums that we could do. You'll have to tune in a week to find out what we're going to do. Until then, keep on rocking your dad bods, throw up your rock hands, and blast the pop punk.
If you're enjoying this podcast or any podcasts on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network, be sure to check out the Dragon Wagon shop. You can tout your podcast pride while supporting your favorite indie podcast network. Make sure to check it often for new items and limited time designs. So shop now at dragonwagonshop.com. Get your dragon swag on.
It's Dragon Wagon.